What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at this 2019 Chevrolet Camaro SS. This also does have the 1LE track performance package. Huge shout out and thank you to Randy Marion Chevrolet. They're providing this car for today's video. Definitely check out the link to their website in the description below. They have a huge selection of all the brand new Chevys, so definitely check them out. And then we are giving another GoPro away for the month. All you have to do to enter to win is be a subscriber and comment on today's video, and that will be your entry in to win the free GoPro. So let's get into this car. And the model that we're looking at today is finished off in Summit White and has an MSRP at $46,000. Underneath the hood, this features a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine that cranks out 455 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 455 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 RPM. This engine is paired to a 6-speed manual transmission and sends the power to the rear wheels through a rear axle ratio at 3.73, and with a curb weight around 3,680 pounds, you're looking at a 0 to 60 time at 4.3 seconds. The overall length is 188.3 inches with a wheelbase at 110.7. This has a height of 53.1 and a width at 74.7 inches. Part of the 1LE performance package is the magnetic ride suspension along with Brembo brakes in all four corners. We have 4-piston calipers in the rear with 6-piston calipers up front. This also utilizes ventilated disc brakes and 2-piece rotors up front. The 1LE trim level adds a lot more aggression up front comparing it to the standard SS trims. This has a lower front splitter that protrudes outward a few inches from the front bumper, finished off with satin black. We have the same satin black along the hood to help give it a good contrast against the paintwork of the car. We have a blacked out front end with large aggressive mesh in the lower and upper portions of the grille to allow a ton of cooling to the engine. The Chevy bow tie is in the center of the front bumper and it's even hollowed out for more airflow. You can see cutouts on each side of the front bumper to allow air to go into the bumper and out around the front wheels to maximize efficiency. There's body colored sections that cut into the front bumper, giving it a sharp appearance. You can see the LED headlights with LED daytime running lights located in the upper portion of the bumper. They're sunken in to give it a mean, menacing appearance, and the whole front end has a lot of sharp lines all throughout. I like how the LED fog lights are in that body colored section, and this unique design for the 2019 model year really stands out. And then moving to the hood, we get sharp body lines in the center of it to give it a taller appearance. It even dips down on each side to help give it a lot of contours. There's a functional heat extraction vent in the center for better airflow around the engine. The satin black has a great color to it. And as we move to the side profile, we get the Camaro badge in the front fenders. We have a prominent body line in the upper portion of the front fender that flows through the side mirror all the way to the rear windows. The 20-inch forged wheels look great in this dark gray color, and the red Brembo brake calipers really stand out. We can see the same satin black on the side mirrors. We get body colored door handles, a nice body contour in the lower portion of the doors along the side skirts, and then the rear fender arches bulge out nicely, giving this car a wide appearance. And the whole side profile has that classic muscle car appearance with the larger front end and sloping rear glass. Moving to the rear of the Camaro, this has the clear taillights with the LED lights in them. They have a really clean look to them, very modern appearance, and a 3-dimensional design. This has a satin black rear spoiler to help add contrast like you saw on the front end and give the car better downforce. More satin black in the lower portion of the bumper with the lower diffuser, as well as the quad-tip dual exhaust that does have an active mode. There's a prominent body line going throughout the rear bumper, as well as your standard backup camera. And then you get your SS badge on the left and a blacked out Chevy logo up top. So there's a good look at the exterior of the 1LE Camaro. Comment down below, what do you guys think of it? I love this 1LE package, especially with the satin black trim, the spoiler, the wheels, the brakes. The hood looks awesome. The front end, a lot of controversy around it. That's why 2020 they did change it back to a more traditional look. But especially with the 1LE package, this 2019 front end for the SS looks amazing. I really like it. So now we got the key fob. I'll go ahead and lock the car. Just walking up to the side of the car, you just tap the button on the side, you can automatically unlock it, and we can get a great look at the interior. We have Recaro seats, leather and alcantara, the manual transmission as well. The door panel has a lot of different contours on it. We have black leather and some white stitching along the armrest with some nice padding. Your grab handle right here, automatic windows, and then all the mirror controls. You have your aluminum release handle up top with your lock and unlock, and then a trunk button down below, as well as a little bit of storage. Moving on the inside, it says Camaro along the door sill. We can get a great look at these two-tone bucket seats, finished off with black leather along the bolsters and white color contrast stitching. And then we have the perforated alcantara in the center, a lot of padding, really cool contours. We have some gray leather as well. Moving our way up the top, some more of the stitching. You can see the two-tone leather with alcantara. We have Recaro up top on an aluminum badge. Then the headrest is finished off with the alcantara and leather. Swing it around to the steering wheel, it's finished off fully in alcantara with a flat bottom design and the SS badge on the bottom, and we also get the white stitching. And then now inside the car with my foot on the clutch and the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Now with this car, if you go under vehicle and driving mode, you can go into engine sound and actually change how you'd like the exhaust to start up. If you put the car in stealth mode, it'll automatically start up in a quiet mode. You can leave it in a track or sport mode. The exhaust valve's open and then it sounds really nice. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have all of your cruise control settings, and then on the right side, we have hands-free settings for your Bluetooth. We have a control panel right here for the center screen, as well as volume controls for the radio. So just using these buttons right now, I can scroll down. We have a digital display for the speed, some trip information, fuel range, tire pressure, and other mechanical information like that. In the top screen up above, we have all the temperatures for the car, tach on the left, and then your speedometer over on the right. And the bottom right corner, you'll see which driving mode we're in. To adjust the driving mode, it's just this toggle switch right here. Scrolling down, you can go into sport mode, track mode, and then a snow and ice mode. Behind the steering wheel, we have your rev match icons. Both of these paddles do the exact same thing. They basically turn rev matching on and off. Turn signal stock on the left, and then your windshield wipers over on the right side. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have heads-up display settings. You can adjust this. You can just move the screen up and down, as you can see. We have one of the air vents over on the left side. You can just turn this left and right to open and close it. Really cool contours along the tops of the dash, giving the Camaro an aggressive look. You can see how the hood looks and everything. We have the black leather and the same gray stitching to give it a nice appearance. This touchscreen display, we can go home right now. We have different pages here, climate control, you can go into your actual vehicle, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, everything like that. Shortcut keys in the bottom section. And then going under climate, it's nice how you can see everything right up on the screen. And when putting the car into reverse, you can see the backup camera that pops up. It even has guidelines on it. When you turn the steering wheel, it changes that as well. Pull this back into neutral. All the climate control settings are located down here. We even have an LCD screen on the left and the right side. Your temperature is right here. Just rotating this entire bezel, it changes the temperature. And then the fan speed is over on the right. You can see it change with the LCD screen. Power button is in the center, the different modes, defrosters, the AC and recirc. Hazard down below that. We have an Alcantara shift boot with more of the same stitching, Alcantara and aluminum on the shifter. And then the traction control and mode button, electronic park and brake, one of the 12-volt outlets, two nice sized cup holders. Opening up this armrest, we have a pretty good amount of space for smaller items, and it's finished off in the same black leather and stitching. Definitely has a nice look to it. Taking a look at the glove box, a normal size glove box, and then just one quick look at the whole interior. Camaro is a very aggressive looking car. I love all the contours in it. These Recaro bucket seats especially fit this car so well. Very comfortable sitting in here, and the bolsters are going to do a great job. So the overall fit and finish, definitely a great looking car. Now the Camaro is a 4-seater sports car. We can go ahead and pull this seat forward. I have it set to my height, which is 5'11", so there is just enough foot room for my feet to fit in here. The rear seats are finished off all in black leather. You can see the color contrast stitching and then the gray leather as well. So going ahead and hopping inside. This is a tighter car in the back, however it is usable. I mean, you're not buying this as a family sedan. So getting my feet down here and putting the seat back. My knees are at the farthest sides and my feet are kind of smushed here, but it is usable. There's headroom. The roof bubbles up a little bit so I can fit my head kind of straight. I'm hunching a little bit. We do have an armrest over on the left side. So for what it actually is usable. We can get a really good look at the overall rear seating here. And then just pulling this lever, I can go ahead and climb out and check out the trunk. We can either use the key fob button, the button on the door panel, or there is a button right here. We can go ahead and push that. The trunk pops open. We do have a pretty good amount of space in here. It's very squared off, so you can definitely maximize the cargo space in this car. And then it is a little bit deeper than most cars, which is nice to see. And with the rear seats folded down, you can see just how much more cargo space we have in this vehicle. It protrudes into the cabin space. So for a two-doored, 4-seater sports car like this, I like how the Camaro is actually very usable. The rear seats nearly fold down flat too, so definitely a ton of space. So starting up, just taking a little turn. Very comfortable feeling. We are in the normal touring mode, it looks like. Yep, so normal touring mode. This is just basically the most conservative, comfortable, basic mode. Obviously, you got a manual shifter as well. But just getting my bearings with the car, these seats are so comfortable. I love cars that put bucket seats in their cars because they look really good. They're great for the turns with the bolsters, but then they're always so much more comfortable than the normal seats. So I'm super comfortable. They are power adjusting, which is a nice touch. And I just feel like I'm fitting in a glove in this car. The heads-up display is really nice. I have a large tach and my speedometer as well, right in the windshield, which is a great touch to have. The visibility out, I love the looks of the Camaros. They're so hunkered down and mean looking. When you have your mirrors adjusted properly, you actually have really good visibility. No real blind spots, so it's actually pretty easy to see out of. Even looking over your right shoulder, while the seat pillar is pretty big, with your mirrors adjusted properly, it's really no big deal. I love how easy it is to work with the climate control buttons, especially these giant vents that you twist to change the temperature and the fan speed. That's just really cool. But just getting in the Camaro, as far as a normal car, the manual is so easy to use. It's very notchy, engaging each gear. There is no vagueness whatsoever going to gears. So I like how it's very easy to use. The clutch isn't even heavy. It's very nice to push. There's good feedback on it. Not too light, not too heavy. And then the steering, just getting our feeling with it. You know, it does a really good job just being a normal, comfortable car. So a small acceleration in stealth mode, it's quiet. It's too quiet, but that's a good thing. It's nice to be able to have a nice, powerful muscle car that actually sounds kind of like a V6. It's just nothing special sounding. So with that said, we are in the track focused SS. We are gonna go right into track mode. Already the steering is very heavy and I can feel some bumps. I can feel, wow, the car is just going over everything like a muscle car. And then just hitting one of these paddles, it doesn't matter which one, they both do the exact same thing. You just turn the rev matching on and then off. That sounds so good, rev matching. Row with some turns, we'll do a little bit of an acceleration. Actually right there, it went into fourth gear. It has that second gear lockout to save some gas. So that was the first time I've actually had one of these GM cars do that to me. But we'll do a quick downshift. It sounds so good. Wow. That exhaust pops so well. Man, the steering is so tight feeling, and the car is light on its toes. That's what I really like with the Camaro. It's a muscle car, but it actually drives like a normal sports car. It is nimble feeling, the steering is tight, the handling, there's like no body roll, just taking these sharper turns, even kind of cutting it. Very good feeling. And then these Brembo brakes, oh my gosh, they do a really good job. This car would be so amazing around the track or even in the mountains. Wow, the steering's got a lot of weight to it. Love the combination. The manual for me, hands down, is the transmission to get. It's such a good transmission. All right, so a little bit of an acceleration now. Very linear power band. I like how smooth it is accelerating, and I like how the engine sounds as you go up through the gears. Then we have a tight turn coming up that we're rev matching. So really tight turn now, heavy steering, super nimble. Wow, that's really nice. So then getting into a quicker turn now, we'll feel out some of the performance with the car. But already it's just a really good driving sports car. Really quick turn, very flat. And I like with the electronic differential, it's gonna do a really good job distributing the power from left to right to really maximize traction. So just one acceleration now. Very nice. It's not the fastest car out there. It's not going to be a ZL1, but I like how smooth the power delivery is. And then in a little bit higher speed turns now. It's just a really good performance sports car. And then toning it back down now into touring mode. As far as the fit and finish, the user interface with the car, it's a normal Camaro at the end of the day. The quality is pretty nice. You know, the use of plastics and leathers. Everything you touch feels very premium. I like the alcantara and leather you get to touch. The shifter is very proper feeling. It's got a good weight to it. And then looking at all the buttons, it's very minimalistic in here. There's really not too much going on. I like how it's not cluttered as far as the buttons go. It's a very easy car to get used to, even if you're unfamiliar with how these vehicles are operating. It's comfortable just sitting here, and it's a practical, fun to drive sports car. It's really a hard car to go wrong with. They definitely have a lot to offer. But yeah, that is gonna wrap it up for the Camaro. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button. Once again, huge shout out and thank you to Randy Marion Chevrolet for providing this car for today's video. Check out the link to their website in the description below. They have a huge selection of all the brand new cars. And then if you'd like to enter to win the GoPro, all you gotta do is comment on today's video and be a subscriber, and that will count as your entry in to win a free GoPro at the end of the month. But that is the 1LE, my favorite trim level for the Camaro. This thing sounds insane. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next video.